Hello friends, I am CA Rohit Telramani, tax expert at ClearTax. Today I'll be taking you through the benefits or the support that government is trying to give the micro, small and medium enterprises. As we all know, this time is very difficult for all the businesses. Mainly the amount of working capital is impacted a lot. The government is trying to give a lot of help or support in that sector. So first I'll start with what constitutes micro, small and medium enterprise, because government has also changed this definition. What used to be micro earlier, it was based on the manufacturing or service kind of business and investment and turnover. Like turnover was not there, they've added turnover in the new investment definition criteria. So the new criteria for micro is the investment up to 1 crore and turnover up to 5 crore. Small enterprises are investment up to 10 crores and turnover up to 50 crores, and medium enterprises are those enterprises which have investment up to 20 crores and turnover up to 100 crores. So based on these, like, this is also a new definition that government has revised. So according to that, you can see where you fall, and if you are falling into MSME category, you will be able to avail the benefits that I'm going to tell you. Okay, so the first thing government, our honorable finance minister had announced was a 3 lakh crore working capital facility that government is going to disburse. Actually, it is not going to be disbursed by the government; it is going to be disbursed by banks. It is working capital facility, and you're on your existing loan. For those loans that were outstanding on 29th Feb, eligibility for these kind of loans is the turnover. The turnover of the business should be up to 100 crores, and the loan should be up to, the outstanding amount of loan should be 25 crores, up to 25 crores as on 29th Feb 2020. Will not be asked for any more additional collateral. The loan, this line of credit, will be guaranteed by Government of India. The tenure for this loan maximum can be up to 4 years, moratorium period of 12 months. That is, you will not have to start making payment for the next 12 months. That kind of moratorium will be allowed. And this scheme can be availed up to 31st October 2020. So this is the first scheme. Another thing that government is trying to support is by providing 20,000 crores of liquidity to stressed MSMEs and NPAs. Okay, in this first thing is government is going to give you 4,000 crores to in the CGT SME scheme, which is already a functional scheme. If you fall into that scheme, you can avail the benefit of this scheme. And another way the government is going to help is provide loans. Like banks will be providing loan, government is going to give them little security about that. Banks will be providing loans to the promoters who can infuse this amount as an equity into their business. Okay, this is the additional 20,000 crores that government will be providing. Another 50,000 crores of fund government has allocated for MSME for increasing capacity and size, and encourage them to get listed on the stock exchange. Okay, government will be distributing 10,000 crore as a corpus, and funds of fund scheme that will later on come out in public will be used to give 10,000 crore benefit. And then another thing that government has changed is, whenever government is going to issue a tender up to the amount of rupees 200 crores, those tenders, international global tendering will not be done. Okay, so only the local people, local businesses who are of India are only going to be allowed to apply for that tender. Then there are other initiatives in the form of e-market linkage, because it's very difficult for us to be able to go and set up and participate in trade fairs and all those kind of marketplaces. So e-marketplace, government is going to give support the MSME to participate in that. And another thing that they are trying to do is fintech based lending, like based on the transactions that the business is undertaking, based on that you will be given relief, like you will be provided loans. And also government has said that any receivable of MSMEs pending with government will be cleared in 45 days. Okay, another EPF support that government had already provided, I've covered it in one of the videos, is that the contribution of employer as well as employee will be provided by government for those units who have got employees less than 100, and out of those 100 employees, 90% of them have salary less than 15,000 rupees per month. Government had earlier mentioned that they will be giving it for 3 months. Now they've increased it for another 3 months. So for total period of 6 months, government is going to provide this EPF support. Another thing that they have changed is the rate of employer and employee share of provident fund that was 12% earlier has been reduced to 10%, so that additional liquidity will be available in the market. So the employers now need to deduct only 10% of the employer as an employer contribution and 10% as employee contribution. However, the employer contribution of central public sector units, that are the government entities, will still be 12%. Other than that, everywhere 10% only will be deducted as a contribution to provident fund, EPF. Another 30,000 and 45,000 crore government has provided to NBFCs, housing finance companies. This is basically to increase the liquidity in the market so that they'll be able to give out more to people. Another relief for contractors. Contractors have got extension of 6 months to complete their work. Any obligatory work that they had to do, the obligation that was falling around this time, they have been given an extension of 6 months, so that they'll not be penalized for not completing the work in time. There is automatic extension of 6 months for contractor. And also partial bank guarantees will be released by the government and the authorities like municipal corporations, so that liquidity can be eased for those contractors. How much work that they have done, in proportion to that, bank guarantees will be released. Then also for RERA and real estate projects, 6-month extension is automatically given. From registration, they had to complete the work in a stipulated time. So whatever is expiring on or after 25th March, automatically they are given an extension of 6 months, so that their work is not hindered and no litigations and all form part. There are a few income tax and TDS changes. Like, first of all, the rate of TDS, the rate of TDS and TCS that was required to be deducted on payments other than the non-salaried payments is reduced by 25%. It is like for professional fees, where you had to deduct 10% and pay the rest of the amount to your supplier. Now you will be required to deduct only 7.5%. There is a specific list that is given by the government, which you can find in the description box below, wherein you can see for every applicable section what is the reduced rate of TDS, also for TCS. Then along with that, all the pending refunds for charitable institutes and other non-corporate businesses and professions, including partnership and proprietorship, LLP and cooperatives, will be immediately given by the income tax department, so that liquidity again is available in the market. Also, a very important part is the IT due date. The IT income tax return filing due date, which was due on 31st and 31st October, has been increased to 30th November. Also, the due date for audit has been increased from 30th September to 31st October. Another point that businesses and businessmen need to take care of the assessment proceeding. The assessment proceedings that were getting barred, like the timeline for which was expiring on up to 30th 9th, the timeline for that has been extended to 31st December. And also for those proceedings which were expiring on 31st March 2021, the timeline is extended to 30/9/2021. Also, one more important part is the Vivad Se Vishwas scheme that was announced in the budget. If you have any pending cases and litigation is going on, you can take benefit of this scheme. And earlier this date was 31st March 2020, which was increased to 30th June 2020. Now the date for providing, like for paying the amount of tax, is extended to 31st December 2020 without any additional payment required to be done. Along with this, as an opportunity, as I see it, there is going to be an incentive for providing affordable rental housing projects for migrant workers and laborers. This is actually for migrant workers and laborers, but I think I thought that if I share it with business people, they'll be able to think of this as an opportunity, because government has mentioned about a PPP model there. So this can also be a good opportunity for businesses. Also, there is a small Mudra loan that is provided under Shishu scheme, that is up to rupees 50,000. For that, interest subvention of 2% will be provided by the government. Also, another credit linked subsidy that was given for purchasing a house for middle income group. Middle income groups are those people whose income fall between 6 lakh to 18 lakh. The interest subvention had over 31st March 2020. Now that has been extended to March 2021. Also, credit linked subsidy for middle income group Middle income group means those people having income between the range of 6 lakh and 18 lakh. For them, there was a subsidy provided for purchasing a house. There was an interest subsidy. That was the scheme had lapsed on 31st March 2020. However, that has been extended to 31st March 2021 for buying a new house. So this is also not related to business, but many businessmen can take benefit of this and buy a house and get interest subsidy. That will actually reduce the cost of your house. So these are the small points briefly that I've tried to discuss that are announced by government for micro, small and medium enterprises. However, there are many other benefits like given to laborers, farmers and all those people. I thought they were not related to only businesses. That is why I've not covered this in video. So for that, we'll try to come up with another video, and that will be all from my side about the benefits that are given by government. So that was all from my side about the benefits given by the government for MSMEs. I would also like to use that ClearTax has got a lot of content on our YouTube channel. So you can subscribe to our channel and keep watching the content that will be relevant to you. And also we keep on coming with new videos. So what you can do is you can press the bell icon and you will be updated about any new video that is posted by ClearTax. Thank you for watching.